Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is April 10, 2022. Let's take a look at cybersecurity. As many of you know, there are a lot of rogue nations and bad actors to steal your data. That's where CrowdStrike will come into play. So the next war is won in the cyber zone, not in the physical world. So with that, because there is a lot of demand for cybersecurity, let's take a look at CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is a totally built on the cloud platform. It can help the companies and nations to secure their data. So with that, let's jump in. Look, in the evolution of the cloud here, we got CRM cloud. Salesforce owned this. This is started back in 1999. Next, we got here Service Management Cloud. ServiceNow is the undisputed leader here. And then we got HR Cloud, and Workday is the undisputed leader here. Then finally, 2011 here, we got Security Cloud, and this is where CrowdStrike wants to own this space and be that undisputed leader. So with that, let's jump in here and look at what CrowdStrike can offer. Look, CrowdStrike has got multiple things going on. They got this Falcon platform here. It's defining the security cloud. And depending on what you want to do, they can help protect your endpoints. They have completely built on the cloud security here, managed services, security operations, threat intelligence, which is very important, identity protection, and so on and so forth. Typically what they will do is they will sell you on maybe one module here, maybe endpoint security, and they will land here and they will expand into other modules. You know, that's their secret sauce here: land, prove their value, and expand. And they can help you with the threat detection in various of areas here, maybe your workstation, server, virtual machine, and so on and so forth. So with that, let's look at this company into a little more detail. Look, from a numbers perspective, you know, this company has got $1.73 billion ARR, or annual recurring revenue. This is a very good metric for a subscription business, and 94% is subscription revenue. That's what we want to see. It's the recurring revenue. Sell once, keep collecting the money month after month with the nice customer retention. And they got 16,000 subscription customers and increasing nicely. And look, we also need to look at ARR growth, or annual revenue growth here. Nice 65% clip. That tells you business is humming here. And subscription revenue is improving year over year. That's a great one here. And subscription customers with more than 4 modules is increasing. That tells you their land and expand strategy is working well. Customers do see the value in CrowdStrike offering, and they're expanding into the other modules. So overall, I see a early stage company which can grow into a nice multi-billion dollar or even $1 trillion company in a couple of years. So with that, let's jump in here. From a leadership perspective, we got here Mr. George Kurtz. Looks like he's an exceptional leader. Look at the rating here. 96% of the employees approve the CEO here, Sue Kurtz. So I think it's a great testament for this leader. He's a down-to-earth type guy here, and employees love the CEO here. That checks out. Leadership checks out here. All right, so from a profile perspective, CrowdStrike provides cloud delivered solutions for endpoint. In the past, you got to go with multiple vendors to patch up a nice cybersecurity, but now CrowdStrike tries to deliver with their Falcon platform end-to-end security. And look, from a stock perspective, in last 5 years or so, stock has been doing great. Look, nice uptick here. But look what happened, sometimes in November last year, stock has been trying to go up and down slightly, a little bit down tick here. But in 2022, stock is getting its groove back with all the geopolitical tension, Russia, Ukraine, and so on and so forth, and a lot of bad actors trying to steal the data from nations, from companies. That's when the demand for CrowdStrike is going higher. So this company is going high despite of this all geopolitical tensions and inflation, because everybody want to protect their data. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity now. Analysts are predicting a strong buy for this company. Look, 19 analysts are saying buy, one hold, and no sell. That's a good thing to look at. Analysts are really bullish on this stock here. And look, according to Motley Fool here, this is one of the 3 cloud stock that can help to set up you for life. I think it's a good analogy here. If you're a young investor and even young at heart, you could buy some CrowdStrike, put it away, you will do great. And look, CrowdStrike is, their outlook is highly encouraging. After announcing last quarterly result, they basically gave a rosy outlook that tells you, these guys are doing very well. And look, their key growth metric, that's also doing very well. Overall, when everybody is fearing about inflation and growth deceleration, this company seems to be going in gangbusters and doing very well, especially because cybersecurity is a very good area. There's a very good demand for cybersecurity. All right, now let's look at price targets. From a price target perspective, company has got a low target of about 212, high target of 340, mid target 275. That's a good target price to have. Look, from a technical perspective, it's a buy here. That's a good to know. And from an analyst perspective, fundamental perspective, it's a strong buy. That tells you this company is really doing well. Both technical and fundamental agree on this company. That's a good thing to know. All right, so with that, let's jump in and look at the competitive landscape in cybersecurity. From a competitive landscape perspective, I've sorted the companies with the market cap here. Company with the highest market cap is at the top. Look, we got the old dog here, Cisco Systems. It does multiple things. It's not a pure play security with the huge market cap to $227 billion. And they got big sales here, 51 billion. And yearly growth from a sales perspective, top line perspective is 7%, and net margin 23%. And then you got Palo Alto. It's again a pure play software security company here. It's got an overall score of 76. Net margin negative right now, but growth is good here. Look, nice 28% clip when it comes to growth. And I love Fortinet, one of my favorite company. And now we look at our company that we are going to talk about, which is CrowdStrike. It's a great company. Overall score is 78, as you can see here. And right now it's losing money. Net margin is negative. But look at the sales growth here. 66% sales growth in last 1 year, one of the highest here. And they got nice gross margin, 74%. That's also good here. So I think it's a great stock to buy at these levels. RSI perspective or relative strength index perspective, it's not very cheap right now. It's in a midpoint right now. Stock has surged in 1 month, nice 30%. That's why it's a good one to buy on a pullback here. And I also like Fortinet. It's one of the standard. You could just buy some Fortinet. That's a great stock to buy also. And we have a few more here. I will not talk about those. You can take a look here. I like many of these names here. All right, so with that, let's jump in here and look at CrowdStrike. Look at the snapshot. From a snapshot perspective, look, CrowdStrike market cap is about $50 billion. I love these mid-cap type companies. I mean, it's a large cap technically, but just $50 billion. Lot of room to grow. And look, nice, they got about 4,900 employees here. It's a relatively large company. IPO back in 2019, and performance this year is 6.57. That tells you when the companies are doing badly, this company is doing well. It managed to put on a year-to-date positive performance. That's a good here. And look, from an analyst perspective, it's a strong buy. and it's down from a 52-week low, 26%. That's why it's in a correction territory still. There is some short here. Some shorts are still breathing down its neck. Short float is 6.44, and beta looks like there is no beta here. And earnings just happened. That's why next earnings is 6.3, which is in June. From a sales perspective, I love this. They got about $1 billion sales. That's a good number. They crossed the $1 billion mark here, and nice sales growth. Look at the sales growth. I love it. 62% sales growth from a quarter over quarter, year over year, even better, 66%. And look, sales growth for this year is 48%, and next year is 35%. So as you go forward, they're giving a rosy outlook. Analysts are buying it. There is a nice sales growth, for the future. And from a valuation perspective, price to sales ratio is a little pricey. It's 34. That's why, whenever market is in a bad mood, this stock can come down. You could pounce and buy some CrowdStrike at the time. From an EPS growth perspective, this company is right now it's a negative. They're not earning money so far. But look, EPS growth for next year and EPS growth for next 5 years are nice here. There's a nice growth here. Even though company is not making money, there is a nice growth trajectory. That's what I love. And from a financial perspective, it has got some debt, as you see here, but it's manageable. Debt to equity is below 1. That tells you they got enough money. And from a quick ratio and current ratio perspective, this company has got enough money to meet short-term obligation. That's squarely above 1. That's good here. They spend some money on the general administration and sales. That's good. They got a lot of working capital. I love the companies with nice working capital. This company has it. And they have a lot of cash, $1.9 billion cash, and some debt, not too much. It's manageable. And look, operating income is negative right now, and operating cash flow is positive. I love that. And look, free cash flow is positive. I love the companies with the free cash flow positive. That tells you the business is generating money. And from a return on asset perspective, they are using their assets well. Nice return on asset here. But right now, they're not making money. That's why return on equity and investments are negative right now. And from a performance perspective, look, in 5-day and 10-day it's negative, but in 1 month 30% appreciation, and 3 month 16%. It's a good one here. Look at 1 year and 5 year. These folks have done very well from a performance perspective. So I tell you, when the market gets hit, buy some CrowdStrike. It's a great one here. As you can see here, in 1 day, last Friday it went higher, but in a 5-day, 10-day it's slightly down. When the market gets hit, it's in a mood to swap out of high growth names. Buy some CrowdStrike, you'll do very well. And for most of you who love technical analysis, look from an RSI perspective, relative strength index perspective. It's a little bit pricey here, a little bit overbought. I would love to buy companies when the RSI is below 50, but right now it's 57. That's why wait a little bit. You'll get a better price. From an IV percentile perspective, it's a low volatility, mainly because stock is trying to go higher slowly. That's why volatility is low here. And put call ratio perspective, look, average true range last 14 days. This stock goes up and down $12 on a 14-day basis. That tells you can wait a little bit and get a better price. Put call ratio perspective, look, a lot of people are buying call option. That's why this is much below 1, even below 0.5. There is a nice technical rating. Technical rating says buy. And from a SMA, simple moving average perspective, look, it's below its 5-day, 10-day simple moving average, but it's above its 20-day and 50-day moving average. That tells you it's in a bullish territory right now, but still below its 200-day moving average. I love when the company is below 200-day moving average, but it's trying to take on the near-term 20 and 50-day moving average. That tells you the clock is ticking and the stock is turning around. And look, there is a nice insider own, just 0.9, but insiders are selling slightly, which is okay. I've seen much bad numbers here, but institutions are buying slightly, and institutions are owning nice chunk of this company. That's a good one here. And look from a Bollinger Band perspective, these guys are at the higher end. They're 80%, in the Bollinger Band here. That tells you they're almost at the near the top Bollinger Band here in a 50-day time frame. And in the 20-day time frame, though, they're at 58%. Tells you there is more room to grow to reach the top Bollinger Band. And look from a 1-month high perspective, it's 232. It's much above the current stock price, and 1-month low, it's 178. That's a nice range. I love the companies with a heartbeat that tells you this company can move up and down and make you a lot of money. So it's not a dead stock, as you call it. Stock moves. That's why by looking at 1-month high and 1-month low, you get an idea. You can get a better price if you wait slightly, because look at the range here. Nice, say, $70-$80 range here. That's why you could wait slightly and get a better price. From a VWAP perspective, it's a volume weighted average here. Look, it's 220 right now in a 1-day time frame. That tells you stock wants to go higher. Current price is around 218. VWAP is 220. But on a 20-day VWAP perspective, it's 211. That tells you if you wait slightly, you'll get a better price here. That's why I love to see 20-day VWAP, because it tells you, can the company come down? What's the nice watermark at the lower level, or a support level? That's at 211 at this time. From an industry perspective, look, valuation is slightly high, as we talked about right here. PS ratio is high. But look, they got a nice financial grade from Morningstar, nice growth grade from Morningstar, and also nice profitability grade from Morningstar. That tells you company doing very well. From an industry rank perspective, this is a growth perspective number 6 here, middle of the road. I like the rank to be lower, and industry profit rank is number 6 in the industry. I want this to be lower. It's getting there. Profitability is not there yet. A lot of money. Altman Z score. The standard for financials is good. They have a lot of money. And Pietro's gap score is 4. I want this to go higher. Above 6 is good. These guys are still improving their books, mainly because their net margin right now is negative. That's one of the reasons here. Pietro's gap score, which indicates how is the book on a consistent basis. It's 4 at this time, but as company becomes profitable, this score will improve. And finally, overall score is 78. That's good here. And the sentiment is middle of the road here, with the market swapping out of high growth names. There is a sentiment lower the better. It's middle of the road here. Quality rank is 6, not great. I want this to be lower. And max drawdown, look, max drawdown in 1 year is 47%, and the stock is down 26% so far from 52-week high. That's why, if you wait slightly, you'll get a better deal on this stock here. I would say wait when the market comes down, buy CrowdStrike, you will do great. All right, let's jump in here and look at, let's do a quick deep dive here. Look, from a numbers perspective, earnings perspective, we are not there yet. Stock tries to make some improvement here, 72 to 71, then fell off the cliff. Try to make a good improvement here, from minus 96 to minus 42, fell off the cliff again. So that tells you company is trying hard to improve the earnings, but it's not there yet. It's the early trying time for the company. I would give this company some more time to turn positive here, but it will take some time. But on the contrary, look at the annual sales. I love this clip here. Nice clip. It's it's actually going gangbusters when it comes to annual revenue. Finally crossed the $1 billion mark here. That's a great one here. Shares outstanding is pretty constant. It's not a cause for worry here. Slightly increasing. There is slight liquidation, slight dilution, but it's not too much. I take it this any day because it's a nice sales growth. Very slight dilution is okay. It's good. And from an operating margin perspective, look, I love this clip here. They're improving their operating margin, even though it's in a negative side here. They're improving. That's a good story here. Net margin also improved slightly, but overall it's improving. That's also good here. Companies are trying hard to tighten its belt and improve its efficiency in the bottom line. And the debt to equity, they do have some debt. Looks like they took some debt in 2021 here. It's at 0.8. And I want this to be below 1. But so far they're okay. They're taking some debt, taking advantage of this low interest rate environment back in 2021. That could be okay. All right, now let's look at a few stock charts here. From a stock chart perspective, look, CrowdStrike came tumbling down back in 2021 and even early 2022. But it made a nice base, as you can see here. Now it's trying to go higher. Market is pushing it slightly down due to this whole growth rotation out of growth names here. But look what's going on. The smart money is buying the stock. That's why on the balance volume is going higher, even though stock is falling off here. Everybody recognizes cybersecurity is a mandate going forward. It's not a nice to have. And look, we also have Palo Alto Network, Mr. Nikesh Arora, CEO. That's also doing very well here. And RSI is 56. I also like this company. It's a good one here. And we got here Fortinet, one of my favorite here. Look, it's also doing very well on the balance volume. It's also pretty good here. It's also a great company to buy on a pullback. Then we got cloud. We got Net or Cloudflare. Look, it made a nice base here. It's trying to go higher, and RSI is 47. Tells you this is really at a oversold level here, and folks are buying this stock also. These are a few good companies. You could buy these when the market sells off. Will do very well, especially cybersecurity is just getting started. Everybody wants to secure their premises, secure their data center and data. I think these companies will do very, very well. All right, let's jump in and look at CrowdStrike in a little more detail. Look, we got a 5-year chart in CrowdStrike here. Look, it's done well back in 2020 and 2021. But sometimes in October time frame here, 2021, stock came off nicely, and now it's trying to go higher. So this is a company which can do very well. They got end-to-end cloud security. That's why take advantage. Stock might come down slightly. It might even touch this base here around $200. I'd say keep buying slowly. It's one of the great stock to buy. All right, now let's look at a daily chart of CrowdStrike here. Look, nice base here around 150 or so, and now it's trying to go higher. It might even come down slightly and touch some of these layers here. Around $200 is a good layer or a good level, and momentum is increasing. RSI is jumping higher, and implied volatility is very low right now. It's trying to increase, as you see here. Right now it's still low, 31, as you see here. And it's not a time to buy any, sell any put options because it's very low implied volatility. And look, right now we got a bullish crossover in DMI. The blue line is above red line. Red line wants to come down. That tells you at this time there is a good momentum. This stock can go higher. On the balance volume is going gangbusters, telling you more people are buying this stock, and also smart money is flowing into the stock, indicated by blue line going higher. All right, overall from a technical perspective, it's a good one here. Now let's look at Bollinger Band. From a Bollinger Band perspective, look, we got a nice downturn here back in 2021. And now it's trying to slowly go higher. It crossed its upper Bollinger Band here, and resistance, and came down. And now it's slightly trying to come down here. A good level could be around 200. If you wait slightly, it will come to around 200, or even it might touch here, this level right here around 175, 180 here, or 185. I think if you have some patience, you can slowly start buying on the down days. You will do very well. Look, I like on the balance volume going higher, and right now implied volatility is also trying to slightly go higher. So with that, I think it's a great one to buy. Cybersecurity is a secular growth area. You could buy this leader, CrowdStrike. You will do very well. All right, from an option chain perspective, look, stock price is around 218. 52-week high was 298. There is a very nice appreciation that we can have from these levels here. And look, around 220, which is current stock price, we got nice open interest here, 1,400 call contracts interest here. But as you go even higher at 250 here, we got very good open interest here, 3,000. And if you even go further at 300 price here, we got nice open interest here. That tells you more and more people are buying call options. They're bullish on CrowdStrike. On the put side also there is some open interest, but it's nowhere close to what we have in the call side. That tells you in the options market, people are betting the stock will go higher. And that's why they're buying way out of the money call options, waiting for the stock to go higher. All right, now let's look at option statistics. Look, we got total call contracts around 48,000 traded. Put contracts is around 21%, almost less than half. That makes the put call ratio 0.44. That's very bullish. If it is above 1, folks are hedging and buying put options. If it's much below 1, it's a bullish. All right, so look at VWAP. We talked about VWAP already. VWAP is 220, current stock price is 218. That tells you stock wants to go higher. Volume weighted average tells you the stock can go higher. All right, now let's look at earnings history of this stock here. Look, from an earnings history perspective, it's really good. Every time they've always beat on the earnings per share. Wall Street loves this. On the revenue side also, look, they've always beat on the earnings also. So it's a very good earnings history. This company knows how to deliver the earnings. They seem to be doing very well in the quarterly earnings. Some companies are not predictable. This company is a very predictable when it comes to earnings beats. Wall Street loves it. All right, now let's look at yearly performance. Look, last year was a bad year for this company, came down 67%. Now it's trying to take the groove back here. It's going higher. Typically I love this setup when the stock is down big time in the previous year. That tells you this year stock can go higher. That's what's going on. It's bouncing off from its lows back in 2021. With the cybersecurity being in the forefront of all the companies and country mind, I say this trajectory will continue. This stock can do well, bite on the pullbacks. All right, now let's look at what should I do here. Look, this is a great company. They achieve ARR of 217 million. The growth is accelerating. There is no slowdown in this company. ARR grows 65% to exceed 1.7 billion. Company is humming in all cylinders here. They deliver a record operating free cash flow here. That's great. And they added more customers here. That's also good here. 65% growth year over year when it comes to new subscription customers. That's good here. And these guys have a good land and expand strategy. They will land with the module, then expand. Look, their customers are buying six or more modules, increased nicely. That's a good testament here. And they have new innovations. They got Falcon XDR module, and they got zero trust assessment for Mac OS and Linux platforms. That tells you, companies not sitting on its laurels. It's actually putting out new products. That's always good to know. Innovation is humming. And I say, this stock can come down slightly, but it's a great company. On any pullback, you start buying this company, you'll be very happy with the performance. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading.